Hello, everybody. So, I wanted to come on here and talk about what I had experienced and what I had felt while practicing the AYDA method. So, you guys, I'm really good at shutting down my body. Like, I could do it relatively quick. Like, the last time I did it was probably a couple weeks ago, and I was able to reach like the beginning stages of sleep paralysis within like half an hour to 45 minutes. And the weird thing about it was that my heart rate really wasn't that low. I thought that was really weird. Like my breathing was normal, but my heart was kind of beating at a normal pace, when usually when I reach that state it's very like you almost can't feel it. So I'll tell you what happened. So the first thing I started to feel like come on, and like I was surprised that it happened quickly, and maybe I'm mistaking it for sleep paralysis, but it was something that I am familiar with. So, but there was also a new feeling that followed up after that, so I'll get to that. But what I started to feel was like the tingling sensation throughout my whole body, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for this. And usually when I get to this state, my heart starts, like, my adrenaline starts rushing, because it's like I'm sure you've heard a lot of people talk about how they're very much ready to go through sleep paralysis and leave their body, but sometimes it's hard for their body to just calm down, and that's what happens to me all the time. A lot of the times when I do go through sleep paralysis, I just wake up in it. Even if I doze off for a few minutes, I wake back up and I'm just deep in it to where I can't move, and then I just stay consciously aware. It's easier for me to do that. But when it comes to feeling the very beginning stages of the sleep paralysis, I'm still learning how to just calm down. So anyways, I start feeling tingling throughout my whole body. Like, it usually starts with like my chest, like my arms and my chest, and then it'll it'll reach everywhere else in my body. And I was like, okay, calm down, you're fine. And then I was telling myself, I was like, hey, don't even think anything, just relax. Like, don't even say anything to yourself, just let your body do what it naturally does. And I do this thing where I tell myself to hit the pause button, which brings me back to the present moment, and I just say pause button, and my thoughts suddenly just stop. So like the tingling was still going and going, and then I'm like, I'm trying not to overthink, and I'm just kind of excited at this point, because I'm like, wow, am I actually going to like get through this whole thing right now and, leave my body? Well, unfortunately, my body was not able to calm down. It was the adrenaline still. And then suddenly the tingling went away and I felt normal again. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to move. I'm still not going to move. Like, I'm not even going to get up, or not even going to turn on my side, nothing. I'm just going to lay here and just go through it again. Because sometimes I go through it 2 times. I get to the sleep paralysis 2 times, and whatever happens, happens. So then this is the new feeling that I had felt. Like, I've never felt this feeling before in my whole body. Like, it was weird. It was calming. It wasn't scary at all. It was very soothing. I actually really liked the feeling. Okay, so it was similar to what people talk about when it feels like their body's very heavy and very dense. And, I've heard that means that it's like the density of your soul. And I was like, well, that's a good stage to be in too. That usually happens right before sleep paralysis kicks in. And so I'm laying there, but this was the weird feeling that I got. So I don't know if you guys have ever done the energy ball in your hands, and you feel the chi, or whatever they call it, where it's like you feel the energy in your hands and it's like a push and a pull, like it's like a magnetic force. I felt that throughout my whole entire body. Like, it felt like someone was pushing their energy at me while at the same time pulling my energy. And it was just so new to me, and I was just like, I kind of like this. Like, I'm just gonna lay here. And that feeling lasted for like 20 minutes, and then it went away, and I was like, oh man, like, what happened? But another thing that I got while I was in it is this, I don't know if you have ever gotten this before, but I used to have it as a kid, and I don't know if it means like disassociation from your body, but like sometimes when I was a kid, and it very rarely when I'm an adult, I'll like be looking in the room, just normal in my room, and then suddenly the room like expands, like the room gets bigger or something like that. Like I can't really explain it. Like visually the room gets bigger, but obviously nothing has moved, and I still feel like I can reach out and get, like, if everything just looks bigger and kind of far away. And while I was closing my eyes, I still could like see that, but in the dark, like with my eyes closed, if that makes sense. It's like a feeling. So I don't know if that's like disassociation of your body, or, you know, like I said, in this state I felt very calm. I didn't feel like anxious at all. I actually really liked it. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting.